8th Annual Chicago Rum Festival is coming to us on April 20th at the Logan Square Auditorium. We have Fede Hernandez here, one of the festival's organizers. Thank you so much for your time today.
Absolutely, Rudy. Thanks for the invitation.
Oh, of course. Chicago Rum Festival is for industry folks, but it's also for rum lovers who want to get to learn a little bit more.
100%. What you said, it's you couldn't be more straight. We're an event that focuses on the rum education, rum premiumization, and you have two aspects of that. You have the trade people that work for professionals that are the ones behind the bars or promoting the industry, but you have the consumers, which are the most important, which are the ones enjoying a really nice cocktail or a rum just simply neat.
And what I love too is that this event focuses on education. This is something where it's not just going to a bunch of, just taste, your heart out until your heart is content, but you actually get to learn a lot about the rum, the profiles, the locations, what makes each one distinct. I mean, that's what I love too, that you're getting a little bit of education as long as getting to taste them as well.
Yes. That's been like our it's a funny thing that I call the event a festival, right? Chicago Rum Festival. So you're expecting like a party, and you're like, yeah, let's drink some pina colada and daiquiris. But then you go to the event and you see like I don't have any music. It's completely you're going from all this booth trying all this rum from around the world, Fiji, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Cambodia, everywhere. It's like there's just around the equator there's sugar cane growing and there's distilleries around the world, and every time this category has been growing, so we have more access to amazing rum right now, which is great. So this is the type of event to go and get educated about it. Thing is that many brands are looking to invest in this category of premiumization, the premium, because it's where the everything is leaning to, and we have to give a lot of thanks to the bourbon. They opened the doors to this category of premiumization, which is great in the Midwest and around
Because,
nationwide.
Climate, weather, travel, the barrels all have an effect on the flavor profiles of rum. What are you seeing as far as the industry, or maybe if someone is new to kind of elevating their knowledge of rum, this summer and the spring, what are you kind of leaning towards, and what is kind of the focus this year?
Well, first of all, there's this stigma that we say a lot. Oh, I don't drink rum because of my college life and the Captain Morgan things like that. And then, but everything evolves, and there's so many great rums right now, and there's different profiles that I might like. There's, and I always explain like not every day you want to have scrambled eggs, salty scrambled eggs. You want to alternate, and that's the great thing about rum and different spirits that you can say like, hey, I want something sweeter, I want something drier, I want something peaty. Because there's actually really good rums out there that have been aged on eggs, Scotch barrels that have that peatiness, which is really good. So it's really based on what you want. If you haven't been drinking rum in a while, I'll say start on the sweet side. Uh, just to start, like, and this could be just on the first or two sips, and then say like, hey, let me scout around. And this is what this festival gives you the opportunity. You have around 100 rum expressions to try off, right? Because if you have 20 brands at least participating in this booth, which is 23, all of them have 4 to 5 expressions, that's a lot of rum to try. um, Thankfully, or everybody's really respectful, so we give a small pours. A lot of people are sipping, actually a lot of people are spitting too, right? That's why we have the spit bucket, because you're like, wait, I don't want to get too tipsy too fast, or I'm actually here, I want to go through the entire journey. So a key component is that it's I don't know if that answered your question.
No, it definitely did, because I guess to go off of that is that oftentimes, I had a friend of mine tell me early on, shortly after I turned 21, who had moved from Paris to Chicago, and we had brought a nice bottle of champagne to impress him, and we brought some orange juice. We were going to make mimosas, and he's like, "You don't mix good champagne with orange juice. You drink the champagne on its own." As far as rum goes, is there any like kind of rule as far as like what you want to drink neat versus what you want to mix in a cocktail?
Well, yes, 100%. And this is subjective. Everybody has their point of view. I'm in more in the line that if you have a proper aged rum, let's say more than 6 or 5 years, you want to first try a sip. It's like a cook. A cook doesn't directly get the olive oils and starts mixing everything. He first tries the olive oil, he first tries the other ingredients individually, and then he makes the great salad, or he makes that great sauce that he's gonna do. But we want to have that component of learning, knowing what we're drinking.
Oh, exactly. You're in Madrid right now. You're going to be coming to Chicago for this festival. What's the difference as far as like rum culture and how we consume it in the U.S. versus in Spain?
I can tell you the U.S. is so well advanced. And when I started doing festivals in the U.S. years ago, it was almost on the same thing. Everything was mixable, not a lot of sipping. And here is 100%. All sales are with rum and Coke, period. And we're talking about, we just one brand sells a million cases of just with rum and Coke, right? And the U.S. has that availability, or that, especially Chicago. Chicago is such a great city that has so many great bars and cocktails. You have so many tiki bars, which has been great. So there's nothing to envy at. Or for when it has to do with cocktails, I say the U.S. compared to Spain, of what I've seen, and there's a lot to see. Of the little few places that I've seen in Madrid, Spain, the U.S. is very well advanced.
Well, we want to get a little bit more advanced, and we cannot wait for the 8th Annual Chicago Rum Festival coming to us April 20th at the Logan Square Auditorium. ChicagoRumFest.com for tickets. And safe travels and making your way here to Chicago.
Yes, and I hope to see you at the event.
We will be there. Thank you so much for your time today.
All right, cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.